They say real strength is silent, calm, unshaken. But in a world that constantly provokes us, that rewards outrage and feeds anxiety, how do you actually stay grounded? The answer lies in a 2,000-year-old philosophy, and shockingly, modern psychology is finally catching up. This is the Stoic method for mastering your emotions, not by running from them, not by numbing them, but by training your mind to respond with absolute clarity and power. And once you learn this, you'll never see your emotions the same way again. The Stoics believe that events in life don't disturb us. Our judgment about those events does. When something painful happens, the pain doesn't come from the event itself. It comes from the meaning we assign to it. Someone insults you. It's not the words that hurt. It's what you think those words mean about you. You lose your job. It's not the termination that breaks you. It's the story you tell yourself afterward. I'm a failure. I'll never recover. The Stoics mastered their emotions by mastering these stories. Modern psychology agrees. Cognitive behavioral therapy, one of the most effective therapeutic approaches today, is based on this exact principle. Your thoughts shape your feelings. Change the thought and the emotion changes with it. This is the first step to emotional mastery. Understand that how you feel is not fate, it's a choice. The Stoics had a simple but brutal mental filter. Is this within my control or not? If it is, act on it. If it isn't, release it. Most people burn out emotionally because they obsess over things they can't change. The past, what others think, the behavior of strangers, the chaos of the world. But once you internalize this filter and actually live by it, you gain a kind of psychological armor. You stop bleeding energy into black holes. Modern psychology calls this the locus of control, whether you feel in charge of your life or at the mercy of it. People with an internal locus who focus on what they can control have better mental health, better relationships, and higher confidence. Control your inner world, and the outer world loses its grip. The Stoics practiced something almost no one today dares to do. They imagined everything going wrong, on purpose. They called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Seneca, a Stoic master, would sit and calmly reflect. What if I lost everything? What if death came tonight? What if fortune turned its back? To the modern mind, that sounds pessimistic. But in practice, it's the opposite. This exercise frees you. By visualizing the worst, you strip it of its power. You see that pain is survivable, that most of your fears are exaggerated ghosts, and that even in suffering, you are still free to respond with dignity. Psychologists today use a similar tool called stress inoculation, exposing the mind to fear in small doses so that when real stress comes, you've already trained for it. If you want to be calm in the storm, you have to train in the rain. Stoics weren't emotionally numb. They weren't ice-cold statues. They felt everything. But they chose how to respond. Marcus Aurelius lost children, fought wars, faced betrayal, yet he journaled quietly every day, reminding himself that his mind was his kingdom. The Stoic goal isn't to eliminate emotions. It's to ensure you remain their master, not their slave. Modern psychology emphasizes the same. Emotional suppression doesn't work. It leads to breakdown, illness, addiction. But emotional regulation, pausing, observing, choosing, is transformative. When anger rises, the Stoic doesn't lash out. He pauses, examines the cause, and asks, is this worth my peace? That space between impulse and action is where your freedom lives, and once you find that space, no one can control you again. One of the most radical Stoic techniques was practicing voluntary discomfort. Seneca would eat only the plainest food, wear rough clothes, sleep on the floor. He did this not out of masochism, but out of wisdom. He wanted to prove to himself that even if he lost everything, he would survive. This is psychological training. Today it's called exposure therapy, deliberately exposing yourself to minor discomforts to reduce your sensitivity to them. Cold showers, digital detoxes, fasting, silence. Every time you choose discomfort on your terms, you weaken the grip of fear. You become harder to disturb, more immune to the chaos of life. You teach your nervous system, I can handle this. The Stoics spoke often of an inner citadel, a private fortress of the mind, untouched by fortune or fate. In modern terms, it's your identity, not the one given to you by culture, but the one you build deliberately. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but he never let it define him. In his journal, he reminded himself, I am a rational being, a part of nature, a servant of the common good. He returned to this core when life tried to pull him apart. Psychologists call this self-concept clarity, a solid internal understanding of who you are. The clearer your values, the stronger your emotional foundation. You stop needing validation. You stop overreacting because you know who you are, and no crisis, insult, or rejection can shake that. If you don't build your inner citadel, the world will invade it for you. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean never feeling. It means feeling fully, without being ruled. It means using logic, awareness, and self-control to respond, not react. The Stoics didn't fear emotion. They just refused to be enslaved by it. They taught that fear, anger, sorrow, these are natural visitors. But you decide how long they stay. You decide how much space they get. And when you take that power back, when you apply the Stoic mindset, backed by modern psychology, you stop being a victim of your emotions. You become the architect of them. Your mind becomes your ally, not your enemy. And that, truly, is freedom. Please subscribe to our channel. You're the reason we keep creating, growing, and moving forward. Thank you for watching.